How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. It helps out, means a ton. You guys get plenty of fun stuff, not just Choujin. Next, we cover plenty of manga on the channel, so stick around, check it out, see if anything else catches your interest. And we have set up a Discord for the subscribers, so if you guys would like to go over there and hang out and chit-chat with me or anybody over there, that link will be down in the description. You can go check that out. Anyway, getting into the topic of today's video, seriously, what is that thing? I have been enamored with this being, this subject, ever since chapter 14. That reveal is not something I saw coming at all. This thing looks like something out of Bloodborne. Now that I have mentioned Bloodborne, let me go real quick into a little bit of detail. In that game, you deal with great ones. Well, one of those great ones was left behind because it failed to ascend with the rest of them. Well, turns out if you take that great one's blood and inject it into yourself, it is basically a cure-all for any disease, illness, whatever. It's the healing mechanic in the game, so it just basically patches up your wounds like instantly. Maybe not canonically, but game mechanic, whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, you do that, and it's a cure-all. Well, there's also a side effect that a lot of people didn't know about, that it will turn the population or the people that use it into horrible beasts. So, yeah. Somebody actually left a comment saying that, is it possible, or maybe the stuff in the syringes that are turning people into Choujin is that thing's blood? Well, that once again drew me right over to Bloodborne because it's a very similar idea, and I absolutely love the idea. Especially when you add on the fact that at the very, very end of chapter 14, during that reveal, it said, I can feel it. One of my beasts is awakened, or something along those lines. Yeah, the blood ends up turning people into beasts. We are dealing with beastification, bestial Choujins. Our main character is a bestial Choujin. I assume Tokyo is the beast that we were referring to that woke up, because remember, this also took place right after Tokyo raised himself for the first time. And yeah, Tokyo definitely took a step forward in becoming a stronger Choujin there. So yeah, maybe we are going along those lines. Maybe those syringes really are the blood of that thing, and that thing is basically the progenitor of Choujin. I don't think it's actually been stated when people first started becoming Choujin, how people are born with the aptitude or without the aptitude to become a Choujin. Like, we don't have really many of these details. So yeah, as a side note to whatever that thing is, I actually really like the idea of the syringes that we've seen multiple times now that are turning people into Choujin being filled with that thing's blood. Basically making that thing the progenitor of Choujin, but maybe not because, well, we know people are just born with the aptitude to become Choujin. Now, maybe this traces back a long, long time. Maybe that thing is very, very old. Maybe at some point that thing's blood got mixed into the human gene pool, and through, well, procreation, evolution, all kinds of things, we've just basically gotten to the point where we are now, where some people are just naturally born with the ability to turn into Choujin. Now, also real quick, like I said in Bloodborne, the things you're dealing with, the godly beings, are old ones, great ones. They are basically gods. Higher beings than us than we can't really comprehend. Is this thing kind of like that? Maybe not on the can't comprehend side of this thing, but is this thing a god, a deity, maybe in the literal aspect or the not quite so literal aspect? I don't know. It's very possible. I assume this thing is, well, probably one, pretty old. It would be kind of weird if this thing kind of showed up at Yamato Mori and was like, hey, my name's Bill. I'm 32 years old, and I kind of came to crush your house, and bye. Like, it'll be weird if it was like 32, okay? That's all I'm saying. I kind of expect that thing to be maybe not like ancient, but like it's been around for 3,000 years or some weird crap like that. Anyway, I expect it to be pretty old. I also expect it to be pretty powerful. Right now, I just assume that thing is like the final big boss, the final big bad of this series. It kind of just feels that way, especially when it's talking about the whole one of my beasts has awakened, and yeah, Tokyo with the beast Choujin. Yeah, we were over that, but I don't know. It feels to me like that is gonna be our final enemy. Like, whenever that thing is taken care of, we will pretty much be done with the series at that point. I don't really know where we would go from there. Obviously, right now, we don't. Maybe in chapter 55, Ishida reveals somebody or something even higher than it, stronger than it. I don't know. It just feels very grandiose, like it would be a big bad. Now, I also can't make this video without talking about Chandra Hume, whatever his name is, and calling this thing Mother. Does this thing actually have a gender? Does it have, going past a gender? I don't really want to ask this question, but does it have human anatomy? I guess I'm going to leave it at that. Yeah, we'll use that description. I mean, is it a mother? Is it what? I don't like calling it that. I mentioned that in the chapter 14 review. I don't like the idea of calling that thing Mother because no, that thing is way too creepy. That makes it even creepier calling it Mother. I don't like it. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe this thing was a human at once? I don't know. This is anime and manga. Maybe 80 years ago or something, some dude fell into a cave and found the forbidden fruit and ate it and turned into this thing. I don't know. We could go anywhere with this, honestly, but yeah, maybe we could spin it to where this thing was like an actual normal flesh and blood human at one point, and through some mechanism turn into this thing. One thing, however, I think we can probably be pretty certain on is the fact that this thing is probably a Choujin by, well, definition, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, with that being the case, what kind of Choujin is it? So we have bestial Choujins, like a vulture Choujin, like Tokyo. We have a smoke Choujin, like Ellie and Hume's weird self. We're just gonna stick to Ellie. We got super strength Choujin, like Momoma. We got, I believe Sandak was a levitation Choujin. We have like an octopus or tentacle Choujin, whatever. We have a girl that is classified as a paper cutout Choujin. So what kind of Choujin is that thing? Follow me on this one. I don't know. We're going a little out here, I guess. I don't know. Is this too abstract to be a type of Choujin? The Hand of God Choujin. The Hands of God Choujin. Something along those lines. I only think of that because why does that thing have forearms and hands for a head and face? Is there like a face on like the inside of the hands? Is like a tiny face inside of some giant hands and we just can't really see it from that angle? Or is it just hands like clasped together and arms like this? Like what is what? So not a hand Choujin. It's not just hand. It's not just hands. That's too simple for that. So, but I feel like it has to have something with hands in it. And we thought about maybe being a god, maybe being like a great one that was left behind, maybe something like that. I don't know. The Hand of God, the Hands of God. I don't know. Maybe it's too abstract to be a Choujin. Who knows? Anyway, this is what we're here for. This is why we're speculating on this stuff. So yeah, I guess the moral of this video is I have absolutely no idea what that thing is. But, on the other hand, I am infinitely more interested in Choujin X after its reveal than I was before its reveal. And that's saying a lot because before its reveal, I was full throttle on Choujin X. I've been loving this series, and the way Ishida has introduced this thing, and the fact that we talked about that radio tower thing in the center that separates the high and low ends of the city, we mentioned that, well, I'm not going to say well before we revealed this thing, because it got revealed in chapter 14. It's not like it was a chapter 114 reveal. So, yeah, still, we talked about this radio tower, and it was just brought up as kind of just a landmark. Then we get revealed to this thing, and that was all kinds of crazy and wacky and weird. And we also learned that that is in the radio tower. And Tokyo mentioned that for a long time, it's just been this rundown, like, radio tower thing. Nobody really goes there. People don't really talk about it that much. It's just a kind of landmark thing that's just there. But this thing's been there, I'm guessing, the whole time? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know how long it's been there. But yeah, we draw attention to that, and then at the end of chapter 15, when Sandak's doing his whole, monologue to Tokyo about happiness and traveling on the road and whatnot, at the end, it loops back around to connecting back to the tower, back to that thing. Yeah, I love the way we've done this reveal and how it's already called back to things previously in the series. It caught my attention, obviously. How can it not? Yeah, I'm so far stuck in the mud in a good way on this. Like, you are not pulling me out of the series until I get answers about that thing. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I want to know what everybody thinks about this thing, because, well, I guess you guys know what I think now. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. I'm out.